Hi everyone, my name is Leena and I am a passionate astrologer. Today I will be discussing how to check extramarital affairs in the horoscope, meaning that relationship which is illegal against your dharma, society, culture. Here I will share that many astrologers say that out of marriage relationship is fine when in a foreign country. But here's the thing. I believe that if you are cheating, betraying, betraying a person, this can never be fine. Okay? That action which destroy families and hurt sentiments of partner and children for the sake of your own pleasures can never be justified. So I will explain how your own unlawful actions eventually harm you. So extra relationship, when you are married or committed to a person. So this can be understood as betrayal, cheating due to your own selfish interest and pleasures and addictions, sex and lust. And who gives this? So Rahu plays a major role here. And especially if Rahu is involved with first house and fifth house, ninth house. See, Rahu makes one do things that are against social norms, can give obsession, hidden desire, obsession to get a thing by hook or crook. Rahu is a shadowy planet and it creates cloud or illusion. And what happens when your mind and intellect gets clouded? You take wrong track. Reason, you are not able to see things clearly. So that is fire energy. So fire is weak, Mars is weak, and Mars represents the sex energy, and Venus represents love and relationship. And then moon, that is your mind. So it is a water element, and if this is weak, that can be influenced easily. Such people have no self-control. So a horoscope has to be seen in totality. And one single combination is not enough to fructify the event. So let's start with a 159 concept. And if you have to analyze the basic temperament of a person, first you need to see first house cuspal script. And if self is in conflict, then it needs attention. So, first house cuspal sublord, star lord, if it involves 4, 5, 8, 12 houses. So, 4 is hidden and 5 is love. And then 8 is 8th house. It's against law. Okay, so 12th is bed comforts. And then let's come to the 5th house. 5th house cuspal script. So this is intelligence. 5th house is intelligence. Your purva punya bhav, decision making power. And if this is afflicted, then intelligence is working, sure, but more in illegal activities. So if this involves 4th house, again hidden stuff. And then 8th is against law. 12th is again loss of self. So okay, now let's see the 7th house. See, 7th house shows a quality of your marriage. And if this shows first house, 5th, 6th, 8 and 12, then first is self-obsessed. So 6th is loss of 7th house. That is dispute with a partner. And 8 is stress, pains and even depression. 12th house is separation. This house isolates you from the relationship. If 7th house is getting linked with 12th house, meaning there is some distance with the partner. Now, if 8th house is the main thing to be considered, because if this involves the 5th house, 4th house, and then 10th and 12th, then pain through these houses. Okay. So 9th house is dharma, and if you ruin your dharma and or your ideologies, your culture, then 10th house will be afflicted, because 10th house is a resource, is a wealth of your dharma. Like second house is a food pipe of yourself. So 10th is the resource of ninth house. If you ruin ninth house, 10th house will be ruined. So if you ruin your dharma ideologies, so what will happen? 10th house, that is your image, status in society, that will be affected. That will be ruined. Okay, now let me explain you the concept with the help of this example chart, and let's start with the first house script. First house cuspal sublord is Venus, and Venus is in the star of Jupiter. Okay. Now let's see what we have to do with this Venus and Jupiter, what we have to check. First of all, you need to see the self-significators in the chart. You just make a list of all those self-significators, so it will be easy to analyze. And here in this chart, Sun, Moon, Mars, Rahu and Mercury, these 5 planets, they are the self-significators. So meaning they will do the task of star lord also. So wherever these appear at sublord level, so you can check them at star also. So they are more powerful. Understand like this. So here Venus in Jupiter star and Rahu sublord, as you can see, Rahu sublord. So self is in making money, second house, then status and recognition, 10th house, and sublord, this Jupiter is 8th house sublord also. Okay, 8th house cuspal sublord. So here you have to see the results like that also. And here Jupiter is involving 3rd house. So that is, and even if you see the position 3rd house and Scorpio Rashi, Scorpio sign. So 3rd house is your presentations. So amazing presentations, because Venus is a source. So artistic and skilled way, and then he communicates. This is a chart of a guy. So very skilled way to communicate. And Rahu sublord. And when Rahu, it is involved in the first house script, so it shows strangeness in a personality. And it's involving 10th house, so status obsessed. And 9 and 12 shows a lot of traveling will be involved. And then 7th house is art of making relationship. And 6 is work, then 11th house. So self in desires, and if you see that 3, 7, 11, 3 Kam Bhav, 3 of them are included in the self. So self in all these things, like a lot of desires, relationship, and obsession in attaining those relationship or fulfillment of desire. So 4th house means self is in comfort seeking. Okay, and since Rahu is involved, so Rahu is showing 12th house also, and self in destruction. And if you see Rahu position is in 12th house, so due to addictions or unfair things. So, now 5th house cuspal sublord is Mars, and Mars is a self significator, and so meaning it will work at star level also. So 3rd house is Kam Bhav, and 8th house is hidden element, and then 5th house cuspal sublord, so that will be used at star level. So we get 2, 3, 5, 8, 9, 10, and Mars is in Venus star. So love and 8 shows scandalous love affair, as explained in the love affair video, because 5, 8 means scandalous love affair, and this shows illegal love affair. And 9th house, it's 3rd from 7th. So if you see, 9th is involved here in the Venus script. So 9th house is 3rd from 7th. So more partners. And 5, 8, 10 is often seen as a live-in relationship. Now let's see the 8th house cuspal sublord. See, 8th house cuspal sublord in this horoscope is Jupiter. Okay. And Jupiter is in Ketu star, and even this involves 3rd house. That means presentations, meetings, engagements, and 7th is relationship, and then 4th is hidden, 5 is love, and then 6 is again weakening the real relationship. 7th house cuspal sublord is Venus and star is Jupiter. So this states a marriage that has no love, because 4 is seen here. Marriage that has no love. And more of hidden energy is working, because Rahu is a self-significator in this script. So understand Rahu's script at the star level. Okay? So what do we get? 6, 10 and 12. So did not break, they only separated. Reason, wife's chart did not show divorce. And even 9th house cuspal sublord is Venus. If we see 9th house cuspal sublord is Venus, yeah. So even Venus shows money and luxury, comfort, relationship. And if 9th house, it involves Rahu. See here, you have to understand this point. Why I highlighted 9th house? Because this is your dharma. And 9th house is also taken as when you have more than one partner. So it's involving Rahu, meaning it will never be satisfied. And when Rahu is involved in the 9th house script, and Rahu does not follow dharma, and that is against his society. He will always do those things that is against his society. Rahu makes us do those things that is against society, community, especially if it is afflicted. If it is aspected by Jupiter, then Rahu will take that track which Jupiter shows. And if Jupiter is afflicted, so then Rahu will also follow the wrong track. Here you have to analyze very carefully. And see, Rahu involvement can give money, but 3, 7, 11, all Kambhav is being included. So Rahu can take you off the track also. And right now, Venus Mahadasha is going on, and the Dasha started in 2009. So in Sun Antardasha, see, Sun Antardasha. Okay, so this 10 and 12, understand this, 10 and 12. And here sun is self-significator. So use this sun at star level. And this Jupiter is 8th house cuspal sublord. When Jupiter star was working, and Jupiter is 8th house cuspal sublord, as I discussed, the hidden relationship started. And this guy started living with someone else. And wife stayed at home with young children. Here the divorce did not happen because wife's chart did not show divorce, and they separated for few years, and then he came back. Because due to Rahu involvement, and Rahu never gives you satisfaction. And still, now he is at home, but still no self-control. See, as your basic temperament, your inclination do not change easily. You commit mistakes, face the consequences, learn lessons, and then move forward. This is a journey of the soul. Alright, now let me tell you few Astro-Vastu remedies. And in Astro-Vastu, I follow Western hits. So in which 90 degree and 180 degree is worst. And how we calculate this, every house is of 30 degrees. So like if we see, Jupiter is aspecting with 180 degree aspect. So this is 180 degree aspect. Okay. So each house 30 degree, 60, 90. Like this we have to see. So in Astro-Vastu remedies, you only have to see the running Dasha, Mahadasha and Antardasha. Like in this case, Venus and Sun, when the relationship started. So we have to see Venus. Is it getting negative aspect? Yes. Mars is aspecting from 8th house, 30, 60 and 90. This is 90 degree hit, and 90 degree hit means the relationship will be damaged due to the hidden element. So meaning you have to remove Mars stuff from north, northeast. This Cancer sign is taken as north-northeast. So remove Mars stuff like huge thing, red color stuff or machine. And then you have to see the Antardasha planet. Jupiter and Saturn are aspecting Gemini sign, and Gemini sign is north-northwest, north of northwest. So that is sex and attraction zone. So Jupiter and Saturn stuff is here and is damaging this house, this zone, due to which this zone and this sun is affected. So all we can do is remove Saturn stuff like storage. Jupiter is something huge, or big books, religious books will be seen here in the north-northwest direction, the sex and attraction zone. And I will be discussing more on Astro-Vastu, as even this is vast topic. But right now, remember that negative hits, you have to see the running dasha, remove that stuff, and then see the difference. See, remedies, they do work. But always remember that if it is raining, we cannot stop the rain. We can only use raincoats and umbrellas. So take remedies as a protection layer. As you know, these objects, they affect us at subconscious level. So you can try. In the end, I would say, please spend some time on birth time rectification and then see charts. As in KP, sublord changes the whole story. And if you have doubt about birth time, then best is to make a Prashna chart and then use same rules to analyze. Alright, I will be coming up with a lot of different topics in astrology. So stay connected, like and subscribe, and take good care of yourself.